Black children between the ages of 5 and 11 end their lives at a higher rate than white children in the same age range. And the reason has nothing to do with what you think. It's something we're teaching them without even knowing. It's called hyper-independence. Trauma with better PR. Most of us think "I got it" is some type of flex, when science says it's a defense mechanism that's been running for so long that we forgot it was even a response to a threat. By the end of this video, you'll understand what hyper-interdependence is, how it affects your mental health, and the everyday habit that every single one of us does quietly that affects future generations amongst the Black community negatively. Stay with me for that last part. It's not what you think. Okay, so somebody you love is lying to you. It's not about money. It's not about where they were last night. About whether they're okay, really. And they're not lying because they're fake. They're lying because we've been conditioned to. You've heard the saying, "I got it," before even finishing your statement or asking a question. The cope of "it is what it is." Then the changing of the subject. A person carrying everybody else's weight, handling every crisis, never asking for anything. We call that strength. But I'm not talking about somebody else. I'm talking about you. I'm talking about me. The story that we keep telling ourselves and others, that doing it all alone is something to be very proud of or a virtue. This didn't come from nowhere. There were entire eras where people who may have looked like you, definitely looked like me, and darker, who were vulnerable, who were asking for help, leaned on somebody outside their circle that was a genuine threat to their safety. Predatory systems enforced extreme privacy on us, and that privacy suppressed our emotional development for generations. That survival complex, it's still around in 2026. The threat that actually built this mask we wear is mostly gone. Community support is now accessible, but again, the mask never left. So if the threats have lightened, why are we still wearing it? Remember, there's one specific thing that almost, if not every single one of us does quietly that affects future generations amongst the Black community negatively. I'm going to name and touch on it directly, but you need the full picture or it won't land the way it should. Now, here's the part that should really get to you. The people who are carrying the most weight for everybody else, the ones who everybody calls strong, those are the ones falling apart the fastest and the quietest. Now, there's an actual name for this. Researchers call this weathering. The chronic stress of racism and discrimination or trauma doesn't just wear you down mentally. It creates measurable, long-term biological damage, altering how your immune system responds. Let's sit with that for a second. Now, here's what weathering looks like in 2026. It's not just stress, it's your nervous system treating your boss's feedback or your partner asking you to open up. You know, a threat to your sanity, because that's the conditioning weathering you. Your body doesn't know the difference between a threat from 1865 and a microaggression from 2026. It reacts the same way. Sound familiar? We're 13% of the US population, yet we make up 20% of the people living with mental illness in this country. And here's the twist. Black people get diagnosed with major depression less than other races. Not because we suffer less, because our symptoms present differently. And the tools used to measure depression weren't built with us originally in mind. So when we finally do get properly diagnosed, it's worse. Higher severity, higher chronicity, more hospitalizations, more lives lost. Instead of catching negative cognition early. That's what happens when a problem gets ignored long enough. In a study on adults with depression, 80% of white participants said they felt comfortable seeking help from a mental health professional. For foundational Black American participants, 56%. Now let's sit with that for a second. Nearly 1 in 4 of us won't ask for help, even when we know, and you always know, when we need it. That's conditioning. If this is hitting home, remember to subscribe and drop a comment. I read and respond to every single one, because this is the conversation we need to be having. Black girls are 70% more likely to end their lives than opposed to white girls. Self-termination is now the 3rd leading cause of unaliving for Black Americans ages 15 to 24. Now, remember the thing I said I would name at the beginning of the video? The one habit almost everybody does quietly that affects future generations of Black people in the Black community negatively? Here it is. We say, I'm fine. That's it. In front of our kids, our family, our peers, thinking we're protecting them and us. A study out of Pittsburgh surveyed Black teenagers ages 14 to 17 on what they know and believe about mental illness. Almost every single one said they'd show up for a friend who was struggling. But when it came to getting help for themselves, from family, from friends, an adult at school, nearly half said no, they wouldn't ask. That's not random. That's them watching adults do the same thing, and they learned the lesson perfectly. It's the mask passed down at the dinner table, one I'm fine at a time. But here's what gives me hope. Researchers reviewed over 300 studies on Black adolescent mental health across 30 plus years. The same helpful factors kept showing up in order to fix our mental health amongst the community. Family support, racial and ethnic socialization, meaning parents actively passing down pride, history, and coping tools, and one real mentor, one adult who consistently shows up. Now, I want to say something about faith, because church is a really sacred, real, safe place for many of us. You don't have to abandon faith in order to get help. Research shows when people feel safe bringing their faith to the room, trust goes up and outcomes get better. Prayers and psychologists and psychiatrists, they're not enemies. That's a false belief that the world imposed upon us. Okay, so think of it. You, one person, carrying every function, income, emotional regulation, crisis response, everything. In any other systems, engineers would call that a massive vulnerability. Think of a car. If only one component was carrying everything together and it possibly could break down, do you think that owners would sell that car? So the second this video ends, pull out your phone, pick one person, family, friends, whoever, and text them these 4 words. How are you? Really? Not you good? Not you okay? I'll leave you with this. Doing it all alone, silently, was never strength. It was a security flaw. And now you know exactly how it gets passed down. So now I want real answers from you in the comments. Is mental health in the Black community healthy, or is it costing us? Remember to like, to comment, and to subscribe. This is Dylanalysis, signing out.